number one. This is Annette with Shine Astrology and Tarot, and I am here to talk to you about what is causing sleepless nights, the mistakes that were made, and what you really regret or your person really regrets leading up to your tower moment or during the tower moment. This would be almost like a during the tower moment to me. Let's do this. I'm going to put these to the side right here. Okay, let's talk a little bit about your tower moment. This tower moment seems to be still very, very active in the mind. It is a moment that is very fresh. So this is something that recently happened to cause this tower moment. There is still a feeling of falling, and there is still a feeling of losing power because of this event. So this is not something that has been completely resolved, and so maybe your sleepless nights have to do with the fact that it is very recent, and so there's a freshness about this moment for you guys. I'm just going to put this over here so that we can just keep that tower moment in mind. And the way that my readings work, I put all the piles into 3 because I'm a 3 life path. And I don't like wait for cards to fall out because I'm not hard on my cards. I love my cards. It takes me a long time to bond with my decks. And so I'm very gentle with them. Because I want them to last a long time because we have a relationship. Very, I'm a Leo on the cusp of Cancer, so these are my babies. These are like, I nurture them and I love them with all my heart. Okay, so we went ahead and did that. I'm just gonna put these into 3s. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do this because it's a little bit more comfortable. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take off the take from the top. So we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. We have the King of Cups upright. And we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Oops, I want to do this way. I like the last card to be taken from the 3rd pile because that's the most empowering card for me. And we have a Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And then this is my favorite deck. It's the Vice Versa deck. And it is just so dimensional to my readings. It adds so much clarity and just beautiful. I would say that it adds some psychological clarity to me about what is a little bit deeper than just the average reading that you see on YouTube. Not that I'm saying that other people are average. I'm just saying that I'm much more into the psychology of the events than most people. So I have to pick from the bottom because I don't want to be able to see because there's 2 sides to these decks. So we have the Moon in reverse. We have the Hierophant or Faith upright. And we have the High Priestess in reverse. Sorry, let me put this in there. Okay. And then we're just going to pick the one on the bottom, and it is the 6 of Wands, but in reverse. I mean upright, excuse me. Okay. All right, guys. So I make sure I choose from this time. I'm going to stick them up here. These are my intuitive decks. I have so many of these that I've created specially off of just basic intuition. I have planetary energy and I have intuitive energy, and we will talk about those when I get into them, but I just want to put them up here because I keep forgetting. And I go through the whole reading and don't want to use these. So we're going to talk about our people. So normally what I say is that this is this particular, usually the top portion is your person, and this bottom portion is you, because I love to go into you a little bit more, because you're open and exploring what really happened, and I'm very receptive to that. Having said that, whichever line that you guys align with, pick that line if it best describes you. Okay, so this first person, let's talk a little bit about this first person. And I'm going to put this here so it's just in my radar. Gemini risings, they're so distracted. Okay. So 4 of Cups, this would be your water signs. This would be Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, if that resonates with you. Or just the more emotional side of this relationship. So there was a feeling of hope in this relationship. If it was upright, this person would stand out amongst all emotional opportunities for fulfillment. But in reverse, this hopeful emotional opportunity, it poured out. There was a loss to that. And there's some disappointment in this card. And there's some remorse in this card. So probably what keeps this particular person up at night is they had high hopes and that they were very emotionally invested in this relationship. And there was a loss. And if you look at the little squirrel up in the tree, this little squirrel up in the tree is like a little industrious guy. It's a guy that's always foraging, hunting, trying to get things done. And so I felt like this particular person feels very emotionally nurtured by this person. They do what it takes to try to feed this person what this person needs. And you see this person up here is more resonating with the rat that's in the grass. And so the rat is just very clever. It's very industrious. It finds a way no matter what. So this person is very resilient. They're going to get through this tower moment. They're in the feels about this tower moment because they're still feeling the emotional downturn from this event. That would be your first card. And then we have this, we have the King of Cups. So this person in private feels this tower moment. They go through the events over and over again, and they ruminate over the difficulties that cause this feeling of an emotional loss. But to everyone else, they are strong, confident, emotionally in charge. They're in charge of their emotions. They're grounded in reality. They're secure. They're emotionally strong. But in the comforts of their own home, in the privacy of their little hovels, in their emotional realm, there is still a feeling of this tower moment right here, where it's still a falling out, a pouring out of the emotions, even though they deeply try to stay in this. They personify emotional confidence and security and emotional control. And people look up to them for this. They look very mature, and they look very like they have a lot of emotional stability. But there is this sweet part of them, this part of them on the inside that just feels this loss, this outpour of emotion that they can't really control, but they personify that they have control over it. So we have this King of Pentacles in reverse. So what I'm feeling from these two kings, we've got the King of Cups upright. What this person is doing is trying to control their emotions. So they're focused because of this Tower moment and this feeling of free falling and outpouring of emotion. They are really, really focused on controlling the emotional realm within them. They are really trying to have a conversation with themselves. And so most of their energy is going toward being in control of this emotional disappointment, this feeling of a loss of control. So I feel like a little bit like their material world, the physical realm is suffering a little bit because they're pouring 100% of their energy, Saturn, getting control over it, being realistic about it, releasing it, letting it know that time will heal this. And they're trying to be very logical and rational about this, but that's hard for them since honestly they're driven by two realms equally. So they feel accomplished and they feel emotionally stable when their physical realm is under control. But I feel like they're wobbling and losing a little bit of control over their physical realm because they're so focused on getting their emotional realm under control. So what you have is this feeling still of the free falling, still very caught up in the Tower moment currently happening to them. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, not taking a lot of actions in their material realm, actually not even really attending to the material realm. That would be the financial area of their life. That would be their home. That would be tangible things. That would be feeling accomplished in the material realm. They're not feeling that realm very well because what keeps them up at night, what makes them, what they're filled with regret over in your guys' relationship is this overwhelming feeling like a free falling, like an emotional loss of control, which actually evokes a great deal of the most important thing to this person is that their material realm is under control, and also that their emotion, they look and appear to be emotionally evolved. And this person got under their skin in a way like no other. And so there's just this flooding of emotion that they're trying to like rationalize and get a hold of and try to make sense of, and trying to put it into a proper category, and then trying to analyze it and get some wisdom from what happened. And there's very much in this process. This other person in their Tower moment is feeling like they should have been smarter, they should have been wiser, they idealized things and qualities about this person, and they feel a little bit caught up in the fact that, you know, they didn't realize how emotional that person was. They thought this person was emotionally confident, secure. They didn't have to really nourish the emotional realm for them. They really thought that was okay, that, you know, they would be themselves, and, you know, there was an emotional consequence. And this person has regrets about how this person took this on an emotional level, which is really starting to impact their worlds. And they're not letting it go. I mean, there's an illumination that's going on right now with this person. One thing I like about this person in particular is that this person is got the Hierophant upright, and so the illumination that this person is feeling is just the faith that things will work out. And this person, I feel like, is a little bit more on the side of, I mean, they're caught in the feels. So this person is very caught in the feels. Their Tower moment as they didn't mean to hurt this person. They didn't mean to impact that person on an emotional level. They thought this person was stronger and more confident and had their emotions under control. And so they were a little bit disillusioned by the fact that this person had almost like a fake facade. And I don't think they had a fake facade, but I think that they didn't count on falling in love with somebody like you that would get so far under their skin that it might cause an emotional upheaval if they met you, because there's something, so you resonate with them, you understand them, there's a quality about you that they learned a lot from you, and you were in fact a teacher to them on so many levels about who they really are and about the fact that they're not emotionally on top, and they're not so emotionally in control when it comes to love. Oops, sorry. We have the High Priestess in reverse, and we have the Moon in reverse, and these are two cards that speak about illumination. They speak about intuition. I feel like your faith is being challenged a little bit right here in this line, in your person, because you should have understood that this person was who they were, that you valued this person. So the 5 in the major arcana is the Hierophant. It's faith or the Hierophant. And you're usually such an evolved person, very sensitive, and you're also very intuitive. And this person got under your radar a little bit. So maybe this person's sleepless nights and regretting the mistakes they made has a lot to do with the fact that they overestimated this person based on the personification that they projected onto whomever they were around. In fact, they have a very serious. I'm drawn to the fact that we have the King, we have the Knight in reversed, we have this other King in reversed. I'm drawn to the age of this person. 4 to me is about the 4th house in astrology. The 4th house in astrology is family and foundation. And so there is some programming in this person that this person triggered inadvertently. It wasn't their fault. And so there's a feeling of lack. There's a feeling of emotional, this person triggered this person in such a way that it actually triggered some root issues in this person, some things they have to work on because of their familial issues in their family. It has nothing to do with you. This is a very, I would say either it's a karmic relationship, soulmate relationship, or a twin flame, definitely. I would say it's maybe more soulmate or could be twin flame, because you are learning so much from each other. This person was projecting a false persona, even though they were not entirely aware that they were doing that. This is just something that they thought they had control over it, and it triggered these childhood issues of them, and these feelings of emotional lack, and these empty buckets that need to be filled up in them. And this person feels guilty or sad or doesn't feel like they were this person thought they were talking to this person on a king-based level, right? On a very elevated, mature level, when all they were doing was triggering that person to kind of grow up through some inner childhood issues. Not that this person was even aware. So there's some regrets there about just not being entirely aware of the process. We have the 6 of Wands. In this card, I'm drawn to, so like if it was here, there'd be a feeling of victory, a small victory In this card, this person obviously got the raw end of the deal. I mean, they're feeling the most pain. And this is a feeling of remorse about that. You know, this Tower moment is, there's no victory in feeling like this person, you triggered this person's issues, and even though you walk away, this person probably was the one who walked away from this situation, or probably was the one who said, you know what, I need to stay in the height of the situation. I need to understand what this means in a big picture. I need to have faith that everything is going to work out. And so probably not feeling so much of the free falling as probably they were the lightning bolt that caused this person to free fall in this tower. So this person was probably the one that caused the illumination and awareness for this person, and this person was the person that's free falling, and this flood of emotion is coming out of them. So they're very caught up in the situation. So I'm going to pull from my intuitive deck a little bit. I'll just put this into a pile of threes. It's very thick. So what can cause less sleepless nights with these people? Like, what can they learn from the mistakes they made in this relationship on both levels? What were they what were the reasons they were drawn together? Okay. What are some of the mistakes they made? These are just messages between you guys that you can't talk about right now. Oops, my bad. Lots of misunderstandings and confusion. Definitely would cause that feeling of free falling. The High Priestess and the Moon card in reverse. Just some confusion, maybe some misunderstanding about where each other was at the time, what each other meant at the time. You made me laugh. I think at one point there was a lot of mutual respect for each other, and there was a lightheartedness about you guys that changed because of the confusion. At first you cared more about me than I did you, and now the tables have turned. So this king probably thought he was hot crap. Like, he thought he was the bomb, and he you know, had he was financially secure, and he was emotionally secure, and lots of people pursued him and looked up to him, and he rarely had problems taking actions that created success. That has all changed for this person because of this person's illuminating presence. It just totally changed their life. Push through this. So this person is determined to get a handle on their emotions. What keeps them up at night is that they let this person get under their skin and cause this emotional upheaval. Being alone is harder this time around. So this person can't forget you. They feel like they're free falling. They are not used to this. They are kings, right? They are not used to somebody else. They are used to being in control, not having somebody control them, illuminate them, make them aware of circumstances that are outside of their control. That's just not who they are. Exaggerate the truth. I do not feel this person exaggerated the truth. This person only exaggerated the truth because that's what they believed it to be at the time. I don't think it was intentional lying. I think there was a delusion. There was an illusion that they created about being in control of the material realm and the emotional realm in their life, unbeknownst to them. Okay. Alrighty. You know, I'm just going to put those there for now. Just to try not to get these mixed up. So planetary energy, what can we learn about the planetary energy? I'm an astrologer, been one for 20 years. So I like to look at this just on that karmic level of like, what does the planetary energy have to say at the time that you're looking at this? I believe that there's a lot to learn from the planets and the teachings of planets, and very in tune with planetary energies. So at the time you're seeing this, it doesn't matter. It's all illuminating. Okay. So we have Mercury. Sorry. I learned so much from you. Well, they did. They learned about so much about themselves on an emotional level. I feel like they still are learning about it. Could have been why it came out reversed initially. This is Mercury. This is going to expand this person. It's going to make them it's going to make them much more intuitive, much more aware, kind of get off their high horse a little bit, be a little bit more humble in this Tower moment. That's actually pretty good. Self-deception. Again, I feel like, for one thing, I think this person can learn from the fact that you don't always judge a book by its cover. Their intuition was a little off about this person, and that's humbling. That's why they're having faith. They're resonating over it. They're pulling the wisdom from it, and they're learning from it, and so that they can be better in the future. This person, the self-deception is that they literally thought they had control over things that they actually didn't have control over, and that's the Sun. So that's just some self-work. That's some identity work. That's some stuff around the fact that they need to become centered in the midst of emotional disappointment. It shouldn't trigger them, and if it's triggering them, what can they do to be more authentic to what they need on an emotional level? And then irritable Mars. So this person, I feel like, is just this person up here, especially, I think, this person up here, I think what makes them feel irritable is that I think that they felt like they had much more control over the situation than they did. And it looks like they're emotionally triggered, so everything is kind of bothering them right now, whereas the regrets that they make are just, their physical realm is just suffering as a consequence to the emotional disappointment. What makes this person a little bit irritable is the fact that intuitively they are very disappointed. So they thought that they were kind of more elevated, that they could just tune into somebody and that they could always read that person. And so it's just a little disappointing for them. So I'm going to go ahead and just, to make sure that I don't get these all mixed up, because I've done it before. Okay. Take these really quick. All right, let's take a look at, so the moon is your emotional self, which is why this is more like your interpretation, your perspective self. This is more the emotional realm. So we have a new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins, but it's in reverse. Being in a Tower moment means that you're still processing what you've been through. So this person is definitely not in a point in their life where they can say, I'm at a point where I'm done processing this. I've learned everything there is to learn from this relationship, and I'm ready to take all that knowledge and move into another relationship, or maybe restart up this relationship. They are caught in the feels. And this person is caught in the disappointment of not understanding how that person feels. They're very much in this Tower moment. So it's not time to start a new relationship, which is why that's in reverse. And then we have the masculine, the lunar god in reverse. Obviously, with the amount of intuitive energy in this person, they're not feeling they can't take action. They can't change it. There's nothing they can do to illuminate this person. This person has to process this on themselves. This is a teacher the universe has put this person out there to teach people how to help themselves. This person isn't out there trying to validate somebody because of some insecurity. I do think that this kind of knocked this person down a few pegs and said, hey, you are very illuminated, you're very aware, but you're also still part of people's lives, and that could create tower moments. And so this person may have been a hair self-righteous. This person may have been a little judgmental because they're so far ahead of the illuminated life. Like they're so illuminated that they think everybody's at that level, and it was just a misguided judgment. It's totally fine. It happens. It's not that big of a deal. So we're the Grove. The Grove card is very beautiful. The Grove is a place where normally, if this was upright, things would be flourishing. It's a peaceful place. It's a place where you let go of your fears. You can see this little serpent like twirling around this, but this cat up there just completely complacent, very comfortable. But in reverse, I feel like more of the barrenness. So there's not a good feeling for me from either one of these people. I think both of them have sleepless nights. Both of them have regrets. Both of them wish they would have did things a little bit different. Like this person wishes they were much more emotionally sensitive to what this person needed because they didn't realize this person was so emotional. This person definitely had some regrets over the fact that they thought they had more control of things. They thought they got past things in their childhood. They thought they let go of things in their childhood. And it just really impacted this relationship. And they have a lot of regrets about that. So wise leader, you're a beacon for others. So the way that we change this tower, release what has happened, stop the free falling feeling, the regrets in this pile, start getting over our sleepless nights, is understand that when we're called to lead people in a direction, this person was called to lead this person in an illumination of these feelings. You guys play a role in each other's lives and you lead each other in a direction. And that to be respectful of where you lead them, because this could if you lead them into your level of understanding before this person is ready, what happened is this person derailed. And there's a lot of regrets from this person because they fell for the facade of the emotional control. This is magic prayer. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about how we can help this person through this tower moment, help them release it, help them understand that they do have control. They were just triggered, and to really acknowledge those emotions, validate them, give them permission to be in your life. Don't stuff them, and just own that you're not the king of that emotion, right? You're not. You have to be where you are at the moment. This relationship was destined to come together and fated to come together to be a teaching moment for both of these people. Okay. Alrighty. Let's talk about a little bit about our spirit animals. So we have sheep, innocence, gentleness, and appreciation. This would be this person. Regretful. Wishes that they would not have taken actions that impacted this person on this level. Their heart was in the right place. They did not do anything with malicious intent. They did not mean, they thought this person truly deeply was at a different level. It was just a mistake. And this person is learning to release that, to go with the flow, and to understand that they were being led to this person for a very specific reason, to illuminate them, which is causing them to doubt themselves, but they shouldn't doubt themselves. They were where they exactly needed to be. The butterfly. So this person is put on this earth to transform this emotional, their karmic journey with this is to let go of this emotional situation. The 7th house, which is Libra, asks us to come in. Relationships are attracted to this person to help this person emotionally let go of these things that happened in their foundation, in their formation of their sense of self, to get to their much more authentic self, to be in control, true control over the emotions, not just the illusion of emotion, emotional control. We have soul healing. These people were brought together for the purpose of the soul to expand and grow to its highest potential. See how she's holding this ball of fire. There's an illumination that came from this. No matter, you look at all these moons, they're all in reverse. That's okay, because it was a humbling experience on an emotional level for both of these people, which both of them needed to be realigned with their reality and not so much caught up in the illusion of their reality. And home, but in reverse. So this is 4th house work. The home and family in the zodiac, the 4th house, is how you grew up. Obviously, there is some inner child wounds in this particular situation that causes destruction in relationships, these triggers that happen that dissolve their happiness and just don't allow them to be as fulfilled as they should be. And so it's just one of those things that I think this person really needs to work through. And this person will understand that when they're dealing with a person that they're triggering, they will just deal with them in a different way moving forward. A blessing of clarity, but in reverse. Frustrated, feeling like they understood this situation for what it was and they didn't. So a blessing of clarity, if we're just going to look at this from this angle, is to turn the situation around. You kind of have to look at this from this illuminated perspective that you guys were brought together for a reason. You were brought together because there was something that you guys needed to learn from each other, and that this truly was a blessed union. Sleepless nights and the mistakes you made in this free-falling feeling, that's ego, and stop worrying about that. And then the last card in pile number 1 is joy, the ultimate creator. When we're in a state of transformation, we need to cling to the things that we're most grateful for, the things that bring us the most joy in life, because inevitably they will create a different outcome. They will create a higher positive vibration for you. And so to be grateful as you walk through this moment, this tower moment, and to know that it's okay. And sleepless nights are just our way of working things out, because the night is the time when the subconscious becomes conscious, and just to be very mindful of that. Thank you so much, pile 1, and I'm on to pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. We are here to talk about the fact that you chose this particular deck for your tower moment, and this is regarding sleepless nights. I made mistakes I really regret, or your person made mistakes they really regret, what is causing the sleepless nights. So in this particular card, it is a very active feeling. I think both people are feeling that they are falling in this moment. It's something that happened recently. It's not something that they have released yet. This is something where I feel like both people feel like they have deep regrets. One a little bit more so than the other, but still at this point, there's still that free falling feeling where both of them will be illuminated to something in this particular moment. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and set up for your pile. Oops. Okay. I'm just going to try to get that tower card moving around in here a little bit. So I usually say that this pile is more the other person, the person that you are watching this reading for, but whichever pile you resonate, that's totally fine. Not a big deal. And then I just put it into piles of 3. Okay. In this particular deck, this is the Knave of Pentacles. It is the Empress in reverse. And it is the Wheel in reverse. Pretty in this deck. I haven't seen that Wheel card yet. And then on the bottom is the 7 of Pentacles, but in reverse. Okay. Right, and this is the vice versa deck. I love it. This usually represents you, but whichever line you resonate is fine. And it has 2 sides, so I have to pull the cards a very unique way. And I'm just gonna, I mix these all up, but I'll just do a couple. There we go. Okay, so we have the 8 of Wands, but in reverse. We have the Hermit upright. And we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. Upright. Very interesting. This one's in reverse. This one's upright. Very interesting. And then we have the 6 of Cups, but upright. Okay. So let's talk about these 2 people. We're going to start out with this person. So the Knave is a naive person. This could be a very new scenario. This could be like an actual first love of for this person. This could be something that it may have started out as like an investment in like a partnership, and then evolved into like an Empress type mentality, where this person became something of a muse to this person. This person they saw as being their ideal. This is like the ideal woman. This is like the person that you strive for in your life. This is the partner that is beautiful and charming and is experienced. And I'm feeling like there's age difference in this relationship a little bit, because this person is very young and naive. It could be also like just a mental difference in between these 2 as far as the maturity levels. One's much more experienced, the other one has just a much more naive approach, which is making me believe it's like a first love type scenario. Again, the reason I kind of think that is being reinforced is because the Wheel is in reverse. This says to me that this person has a lot of learning experiences they need to go through. They need to, there needs to be some growth in this person to be able to keep up with this person. This person, I think, got a little bit frustrated with the naivety in this person, and the things that they were focusing on weren't valuable to this person. This person values something entirely different. That's what happens when you get together with somebody who's like younger or a little bit more immature than you. They value much different things. And so this is, I would say that this is more of a karmic relationship meaning it is something that you learned from and you grow from, but isn't it, and this person is the teacher for this person. The sleepless nights, I think a little bit for this person, is that this person realizes that this person was out of their league. This person was somebody they were lucky to catch the eye of the first time around. And they made some very naive choices. It seemed right at the time, but has left them kind of spinning their wheels as to what to do next, which is why we have this Seven of Pentacles in reverse, meaning I feel like this person needs to attain more things, needs to come up to a different level for it to catch the eye of this Venetian character here, ruled by Venus. So they need to probably have a better lifestyle. This person is just starting out their life, where this person may be seeking somebody a little bit more financially secure, somebody who that has a strong foundation, somebody who's grounded in reality, somebody who's mature about money, mature about investments. And this person was really naive, very charming, I think, this was a very cute little sexy playful bond, and it's probably what this person really liked. So we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. This person regrets the actions they took. I don't think they want to move toward this person because there's just such a drastic difference between these two mentalities that I don't think this person really, with the Hermit card upright, if they're looking at it from a very mature point of view, sure there was chemistry, sure there was attraction, sure there was a mutual goal in mind. But this person is just too young to materialize this at this time. And this person, I feel like this Empress here just needs to be reflective a little bit and try to figure out what about this person allowed them to get carried away. So I think there's something that they're both learning from this. This person is usually a level-headed person, very realistic, understands things on a very visionary level, but they were really caught up in all the passion and the fire and what they were feeling and the pleasure part of this. This was a very pleasure-seeking relationship. This person wanted to invest in this too for the long haul. They wanted to build this security for this person to keep this person happy. This person was like, they're never going to be able to give me what I want. And they regret some of that because in general, this person deeply cares for this person. The thing I like about it, I'm not going to lie, is this outcome card, the Six of Cups. And look at how lovingly these two are looking at each other. This is the beautiful Venetian in the water, very beautiful, nostalgic, looking at this person and looking up to this person. This person is elevated above them. So the tables may turn, and this may turn around for this relationship. The age difference, I don't think, is going to make much of a difference, as much as just this person maturing and getting to the point to where they can turn the Seven of Pentacles around and actually produce some results in their life. If that happens, this person is very in emotionally. They really, really care for this person. So if you want to know what causes sleepless nights in this person, they regret not having more to keep this person happy. What's going to happen in this relationship, this person is going to become successful. It's going to motivate them, and it's going to get them to attain this financial security, because they really are always going to hold this person in such an ideal. And this person went from the 8 to the 7. went from the 8 to a reflective period, to the 7, to the 6, pulling it back to the basics and really understanding that this person brought something to the table that this person deeply emotionally needs. And it feels very abundant when they look back. So the sleepless nights are actually sweet with this person. Their sleepless nights are remembering everything wonderful about this person, all the emotional abundance between the two, the magnetic attraction, the innocence. When you love somebody who is younger than you, you remember what love is supposed to be and not what love evolves to you. And it becomes, you fall in love with a list more than you fall in love with an actual person. So that's what I'm seeing in this particular relationship. Again, this doesn't look like it's a terminal relationship. It doesn't look like an ending is the end all be all of this. So let's go to the intuitive deck that I have here. Okay. These are just messages that may come up in your guys' union. These are thoughts that may be happening. These are like some of the things you guys may talk about as you move forward toward what this relationship was truly karmically all about. Difficult to talk to. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're dealing with somebody with an age difference, it can be difficult to get them to your level, especially when you're talking the Hermit's being upright. This is a very wise person. She is the Empress. So I'm afraid to fall in love again. I feel out of control around you. I feel like this little Venetian is really smitten by this person and has a very difficult time letting go of this person and has so many ruminating feelings about the emotional abundance that it does kind of feel out of control. Love can make you feel that way. I trusted you. This person talked a big game. They're a smooth talker. They're naive. And so they truly, I don't think they do it because they lie. I think they do it because, honest to God, I think they promise this person this. And I do think that, you know, this person took a lot of actions that they deeply regret against the wisdom of others. People may have been talking to them and giving them advice about, hey, you shouldn't be in this relationship, like the age difference, the maturity level difference, like why are you going beneath you? This person is not your level, like lots of little stuff like that. So just maybe questioning some and just ruminating and trying to be illuminated about what happened. By myself, well, I don't think these people are seeing other people. They're not out there thinking that they're gonna find a better person than each other, because both of these people were very endeared in this relationship. They found this relationship very endearing. My heart was on the line and I went into protective mode. Yeah. Regretting actions they took. Definitely. Something you cannot see. So something you cannot see is this person does have the potential to be this 7 of Pentacles, if not more. I feel like if they can figure out what their niche is, figure out what their karmic, like what their purpose is, this could be much more than just a 7 of Pentacles. A 7 of Pentacles is reflecting and thinking, I can be more, and maybe even planting a new seed to become something more, which is more purposeful. So eventually, they might have been on the wrong track originally. And so if things fell apart in the material realm, and then this kind of turned this person off a little bit. All right. Boy, I wish I would have kept the Tower moment out. I'm sorry about that. I did it in the last pile. I don't know why I didn't do it in this pile. Okay, and then I'm an astrologer, so let's talk a little bit about the planetary energy that's involved in this. What can we learn? Since the Hermit is showing up, we definitely want to know what wisdom we can attain about this situation. I've mixed this up prior to this, but I'm just going to do it again really quick in front of you. These are things I make up about the planets. Expansion, Jupiter. Again, Jupiter is the planet of blessings. It's the planet of luck. It's the planet of purposeful energy. It can cause this person, this is karma too, and this is karma. So maybe this person, you guys just met at the wrong time, and I think when the wheel turns back around, there's the potential for this, the Six of Cups moment. Pause, Mercury. Pause, Hermit. I feel like these people are very much, like I said originally, I wish I would have kept it out. Originally, both of the people were still free falling in their tower moment. They both had regrets about their tower moment. They both long for each other. So the sleepless nights can be wishing, remembering the good things about each other, what was charming, what this person did for their lives, how they're helping them mature, how they're helping them grow. They think a lot about the good qualities of each other. And then this one, I still think about you, and that would be Venus. And so, yeah, these people are still in love with each other. They value each other. There's so, I keep feeling like it gets here eventually for the two of you. Once you get through this process of kind of like working through it. So hold on just a sec. I'm just going to do that really quick. Just so I have enough room for everything. Kind of complicated. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what your oracle cards have to say about this relationship. Time for a healing, the balsamic moon. Beautiful. I feel like this should go here. This Empress right here. Just taking a time out, thinking it through, thinking about this is what she really wants. There's some potential in this person, some emotional fulfillment in this person, very pleasurable energy. It is time for healing. Just think it through a little bit and should just pause and wait for that. Darkness. This person's a little more lost without. This is your long night. This is a little bit of a dark night of the soul. This person met this person who's going to elevate them. When you meet somebody like that, it makes you question everything. What's my purpose? You know, what do I have to bring to the table in relationships? I need to be more stable. I need to be a provider. I need to have something that people want, something that people value. It is a great deal of growing up to do when you come across the Empress in your path. And you revere that person to that degree, fall in love. And then also, I can't help but notice like the long night moon and this Hermit. There's just, neither one of them are like moving on, going out, trying to find somebody else. That's not what this relationship's all about. Rigid, but in reverse. No, they'll grow. Nobody's stuck in their way of thinking. They love each other, and when you meet somebody that you love, there is a potential for great growth, and there is a potential to move past all of this stuff, all these mistakes you made, all the regrets you have. The sleepless nights will teach you something and might actually, when the wheel turns back around, bring you guys back together. Okay. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty. Yeah, Venus is beautiful. It's inspiring. Venus energy. We have a lot of Venetian energy in this reading. So yeah, when you come across something so ideal and so beautiful and magical and it's so pleasurable, you will do anything to have that feeling again, because there's two instincts we have. We have pleasure and pain, right? And we have different coping methods that help us move toward pleasure and move away from pain. Pleasure seeking is what this relationship was. Very pleasurable. There was a lot of emotional abundance. There was a lot of things that were very good about this coupling. And so the longing for those sweet memories to become your reality again is going to be very good at turning the situation around. Okay, what is this? Bone collector, but in reverse. I would say that if this was upright, this would be a death of this relationship and ending, a dissolution. But bone collector in reverse to me suggests that this is getting down to the basics, what went wrong, and changing it. And you can change the scenario. This Ace of Wands means a change needs to be made. You haven't made the changes yet that can turn the situation around. You may have felt like you did a lot, but in fact that wasn't the scenario. Okay, so we're going to look at the other two, like what our animals are in this. They're spirit animals. We have the crab, modesty, self-sufficiency. Okay, the crab is Cancer energy, water-based energy, so Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. A crab will move through, will face fears in a very sideways manner. When we've got the long night of the moon is the ruler of Cancer. So I think this is a very Cancerian moment, meaning that there is a lot of sensitivity. The emotional realm is being expanded. Your intuitive energy is being illuminated. And so it's a time for healing, and sometimes you guys can shut down during that time and hermit it, which means you just shut down and you pull what you need to pull out of it. You become reflective, and then it turns into wisdom, and then you attain that wisdom and move forward with it, which is why I think that this particular relationship, no matter how many sleepless nights you're having or how many regrets you have and how many mistakes that were made, this actually relationship does have some potential to be crabs hold on to the past. They're not letting this go. This isn't something that you guys are going to be releasing anytime soon. The alligator, which is the Page of Cups. Both of these are water-based energies, very, very compatible. The Page of Cups, it could be this energy, or this person is just very, very youthful minded. They're very attracted to youthful energy. The Page of Cups suggests that this person made them feel young and exciting, and this person right here made them feel young and exciting, and just, sorry about moving that, and had just so much potential, made them feel alive again, made them really in tune with what love is supposed to be about, not what love, this pentacles. So maybe this person is kind of releasing their attachment to the material realm, this person right here, and looking at the passion and the love and the feelings that they got from this relationship. And so what's being ignited is like a very strong emotional bond between these two. We have abundance. Again, this is the base chakra. And so again, I still feel like this is just stripping this back a bit, and it's getting it back to the basics, getting to the root of what is attracting you guys to. There's such magic and beauty in this relationship, so much chemistry, so much love, and just when you guys are together, it's just like the most beautiful, magical experience for both of you, and you guys help elevate each other. Hole in the soul, you guys don't feel at all good without each other. Because of this parting, sleepless nights, the mistakes you made and you really regret are just torturing you because you don't have each other, and there's this extreme feeling of loss because there's just this emotional yearning for each other. And we have a blessing on a resolution. You guys both want this separation to end. You guys both you don't feel emotionally complete without each other. When you get the Page of Cups and the crab together, this could be like a Pisces energy and and a Cancer energy. When you guys get together, you guys are so emotionally complete. And so this is a very cosmic bond. This is a very destined union. These two are so great for, it could be a hair codependent, emotionally codependent. So you just got to be mindful of that. Part of that may come from this illumination. And then I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. I'm glad that we have this card, because what we do want to see in this particular relationship is growth. We have a very youthful spirit here. We have a person who's attracted to a youthful mind. Both kind of probably need to grow and evolve in this moment, and understand that these emotional connections don't come along like this very often, and that there's a lot to work through, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So that is it for pile number 2. Hi guys, this is Annette, and I am just going to tell you a little bit about what's causing your sleepless nights, or maybe your person's sleepless nights, the mistakes that were made that both of you guys or one of you guys may really regret at this point in your relationship. So we have this Tower being struck by lightning. You don't see people in this particular card, which means the Tower moment is done. There's no free falling. This is something that happened a while ago. And there is some illumination that's happening from what happened between the two of you. And so this is something that I feel like both of you are learning from and growing from. Okay. So I'm just going to do this real quick. All right. Move this over here. I am going to put this out because I didn't put it down in pile number 2. I kind of regret it. Okay, so we have the Empress upright. The Empress was in pile number 2, guys, too. We have the 7 of Cups upright. Wow. And we have the Page of Coins upright. Well, a lot of growth happened from this relationship for sure. Strength card in reverse. Okay. Let's take a look at you. So like normally I say that this line is the other person, the person that you're inquiring about. This would be you. It's the vice versa deck. So since it's so unique, I have to kind of handle it a different way. All right. Okay, so we have the High Priestess in reverse. Interesting. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. 7 of Wands in reverse was actually in pile number 2 as well. 2 is an important pile for you guys. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And the outcome card is the 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's talk a little bit about you guys. Empress upright. Okay, this person was very grounded. There's a matureness to this, the feeling in this energy. I feel like with this particular energy, this Empress is, there's a feeling of just such fullness and evolution and acceptance, and you guys may have children together. You may have had a very rich and full life together, because this was some time ago for this particular pile. And this is the mother energy, the divine mother. So this is a nurturer. So this person might have been just the person who nurtured and loved the relationship through the tough times, and decided to kind of remove themselves from this situation because the family or the people in their life was much more important to nurture. And I'll tell you why, because I see this this High Priestess in reverse, and that's important to know. There's 7 of Cups. So to me, this is just an acceptance of actually, to me, when I see the 7 of Cups in this particular deck, there's an acceptance. There's an emotional abundance that you can attain from anything. There's not a feeling of emotional loss as much as there is just, there's some growth, some feeling of acceptance on an emotional level about what happened. Very realistic, very grounded approach to taking a look at what happened to cause the Strength card to be in reverse. We have the Page of Coins. There probably was something that in the material realm that has came up that has given this person a new lease on life, something exciting new in their future that is going to be attained from all of this growth. And so they're very secure, they're very accepting of what happened, and that energy is ushering in this fresh new energy. This could be a big family. This could just be a person who's just very aligned with being a mother, being a nurturer, focusing on family, focusing on their inner circle, and not focusing 100%. This actually keeps going out on this particular side. The flame is going out, and I just put a brand new one in, and so like maybe just the flame of what was once a loving relationship has kind of went out. And this is just what happens when somebody takes what happened to them and they grow and they learn from it, and you can feel abundance from it in their life, in their daily life. I think they're handling it pretty well. They're not stewing over what happened. It's not interfering with their daily life. But, I think when they're alone, and I think when they're not consumed with all of this stuff that they need to do in the material realm to get their new life going in a positive direction, and they're kind of releasing this once held belief system, and there's this emotional connection, and they're just tending to things that need to get done. They get very distracted by that, and that's okay, because that's what they should be doing in their life. They're concentrating on just making the best of the situation and looking at this from a very mature perspective and just focusing back on what matters. But when they're alone, I think there is a feeling of this person gave them something that they can't replace. And so the sleepless nights and the mistakes that were made and the regrets that they have is that I feel like this person in this position was just a very, not a domineering person, but this person controlled the direction of things. They were the leader in this relationship. They were the person that pushed through everything. Everybody relies on them for their strengths. Everybody relies on them. They're the head of their household, and everybody kind of goes along with that leadership. In reverse, this person, I think, feels like they lost control of something that they deeply wanted. And when you have the Tower card here, there's regrets about the loss of that. And there's some illumination and awareness of knowing that maybe this person was a bit controlling. Maybe this person didn't appreciate this Seven of Cups situation for what it was. And there's some regrets about that, because I think of this is the Leo card. And I think of this card, and I feel like when I see the Empress, I just see like earth energy, and I see somebody who's just grounded in reality and very realistic. But there is this part of this kitty that likes to be stroked, and they like to purr, and they like to you know, feel loved, and they're very heart-based and passionate. And there's this part of them I don't think they tap into often, because they've got too many things to do in their actual physical realm, and they really and just miss all of the fire and passion that was in this relationship that made them feel alive and made them feel wanted. So we have the Empress, the High Priestess in reverse. If it was this, she would be illuminated, fine, understanding it for what it was, and attaining what she needed to attain from it. But in this position, there's just some feeling of turning your back. This person is turning their back on this. This was a huge ego blow. This person is looking at everything from a self-righteous angle. They're very, I feel like this feels very angry to me a little bit. Like they didn't get what they wanted, and they're used to getting everything they want. And so their tower moment, this person's tower moment, just may be looking back and thinking that they had this life that was so worthy of them, and then they lost it. That's the Seven of Wands. Just, they pulled out of the stops, and they were so passionately involved in this, and there was a lot of conflict. I feel like this is an ego-based relationship for different reasons. This person had so many balls up in the air and was always juggling them. There's so many responsibilities. And then they were taking on this new thing at the time this tower moment happened. And I just think it was just that one new thing was just the dissolution of this, because maybe this person didn't feel like this person had enough time for them. They were nurturing everybody else and caring about everybody else, but maybe not focusing on them. And that just did not set well with this person. And so Ace of Pentacles, they just started looking at they started focusing on just working, rebuilding their life after this dissolved. And they're really focused. I don't feel like they're learning what they need to learn from this relationship, if you ask me. Yeah. This person, so this person is looking at this as like this was an abundant relationship. I'm kind of missing it. So what they ruminate and resonate over, and what keeps them up at night, is just the emotional abundance that they felt at the time, and the way that it made their ego feel. It just made them feel so alive and passionate. And in this person, they just felt like they weren't appreciated. They're just ready for a new opportunity. They're ready to move past it. And so when we have this Seven of Cups, one thing I notice about this is this guy with this emotional situation, if this was upright, he would be seeking clarity, looking at this from a very elevated level, looking at the big picture, and wanting to be illuminated from this, so that he can have this feeling of abundance and acceptance. This Seven of Cups, they were illuminated from it. They do understand what went wrong. And so these two people are on entirely different levels of like how to look at this situation. This person is just so used to getting what they want. There's a self-indulgent feel to this person, and they don't want to grow and learn from this. They're just angry. They're clouds. They're stormy still about it, not letting it go. Whereas this person is just caught in the feels and just missing often. This person is just ruminating and angry over all the actions they took that did not generate what they wanted it to generate. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're mad. So crazy. Okay. So we have, let's do this. Let's get some messages from your person. It's a cards I create, a ton of them. I have so many of these intuitive decks that I like to bring into my readings. I keep forgetting to bring them into the readings. Okay, let's take a look at this. All right. I miss the way my clothes smell after kissing you. Aw. Definitely feel like this is this person with the cups upright. They were so caught in feels with you. With this person, I'm sorry. That really keeps them up at night. Oops. I wondered where that card went to. I know where it all went wrong. Definitely feel like, again, this is more this person, and they did things wrong. They're owning what they're doing wrong. They're reflective in that state, and they regret it. I didn't want to lead you on anymore. When things started to go south, I feel like this person was just not getting it. And this person with their Leo ego wasn't going to put up with that for too long. This is kind of a clash of egos to a certain degree. I think this person understands that this person is still ruminating over just the loss of not getting what they want. You are being too emotional. Look at this logically. This is this person. So this person is like, you know what? There's no illumination from this person. There's no personal responsibility from this person. There's no emotional growth from this person. They are very upset that, they were a good match. They were a good pair. They were both from a very elevated status, and so they should have worked out. I feel like both these people were in it for different reasons. I'm not gonna lie, kind of keep feeling that. I am scared. Yeah. So when people deny growth, when they don't grow, they don't take any personal responsibility. They don't acknowledge what they did wrong. And they just are always pointing fingers at they have this superiority complex of like, I did nothing wrong. It was all that person's fault. This person just sits there and just ruminates over what this person did to disappoint them. It does leave you in a state of fear, because then you feel like you have no power when you feel like deception was the name of the game in the relationship. So they're sitting here thinking, if I ever feel this way again, I'm scared to ever feel this way about somebody, where this person I feel like is going to move on and grow and fall in love again for all the right reasons. This person I feel like is going to be a little bit stagnant in that journey. And then reach out. Someone has to make the first move. Honestly, I think the person to make the first move would probably be this one, because this one has a much more they're grounded in reality, and they're emotionally more mature than this person. So this person may be able to lead this other person into some illumination and get this emotional situation under control, and try to see eye to eye in what happened on an emotional level in this relationship, why this person feels so derailed. They can't let it go. And this person just feels a sense of loss and in something that they invested a lot of heart-based energy into. Okay. And then let's take a look at some of the planetary energy in this deck. What does our planets have to say? What do we need to learn? What do these two people need to learn? What do they need to let go of so they stop having sleepless nights? These things are so big that it's hard for my hands. Okay. Okay. Jupiter. This is about setting boundaries. There was a lot of passion in this relationship, and I feel like the passion got away. It's kind of like fire energy just burns. It's kind of like fire energy in a haystack of dry hay. It's like that's what happened. And so I think moving forward, these two are going to have to, if they were to ever get back together, or if they were going to release what happened in this tower moment right here, this is better boundaries are going to have to be set. They're going to have to really become eye to eye on this, the emotional part of their relationship. Ego's got to stop playing such a big role in this. And this person has a lot going on, but they need to nurture and love this person, and understand that they both have something to bring to the table. This person is just so used to being in charge, and this person is their equal partner, and I feel like there was some conflict with that mentality. Karmic relationship. So anytime, this is Venus, anytime we're in a karmic relationship, this is a relationship that levels us up. And so this relationship has a lot of anger undertones to it. It's very foggy. It's not very clear as to I feel like there's like a lack of growth. I feel like this person would be the one to contact this person. However, this person, I think their pride would get the best of them. I think in this person, they would just never lower themselves enough to crawl back. So it might be one of these relationships that just, they grow and evolve and move on. And then Mercury duality. Whenever we are in a sense of discovery about ourselves, we deal in the polarity. And so anytime a card is in reverse, it's the polarity of that. So this would be the Aquarian, taking a look at the big picture, understanding it from somebody else's point of view, looking at it from their eyes only, not tying so much ego into, you're used to running things, doing very well, but this person, you have a lot to learn. That's what karma stepped in. And in this person, they need to kind of get off their high horse. They need to stop thinking that they are all-knowing, everybody should just follow their lead, because they're the high priestess. Like this feels like they feel like they know everything. They're self-righteous. They look down on people that don't understand them and don't do what they want them to do. There's an actual refusal to be illuminated on any level, and so the duality of that would be that illumination does need to happen for this person to grow and stop attracting these karmic situations and karmic lessons. Okay. All right, guys. And so we're going to go ahead and go on to our oracle cards of pile number 3. We have nothing will come of this situation. Avoid or of course moon. Yeah, this is a stalemate, because egos have to evolve here, and ego work is super hard. It's very difficult. Ego work, especially when you've been involved in a karmic relationship, is because you've got people living in towers in their heads. Like, they're the heads of the household. They're the smartest people that they know they are. And so there's a lot of ego. And so nothing can come if both of you guys feel you're right and nobody can see the other guy's point of view. This person's pride is like the absolute downfall. Pride cometh before the fall comes to mind. And in this one, this person just refused to be illuminated any higher because they feel like they know everything. Kind of a dangerous place to be in, because we can always learn and evolve and grow. Blue moon, the unexpected, but in reverse. I don't think the unexpected is coming into this relationship anytime soon. I feel like it would take a blue moon, like once in a blue moon, these people might actually grow and learn, because their egos are so caught in a feeling of superiority. And so it's very difficult for these two to let go of what happened this tower. Again, this was just a hit to the pride, and this was a hit to the fact that they are usually so illuminated and so aware and so intuitive, and this person slipped under their radar. So I'm feeling like what keeps these people up at night is more of regret about the mistakes they made that impacted them. Wishing doesn't stop you guys from wishing. It doesn't stop you guys both from thinking about each other and just wishful thinking about what could have, should have been. You guys were so, in your guys' eyes, you guys were made for each other. And there's some regret. I like that both of you kind of have I'm going to tell you something that I see that could turn the situation around. Both of you have some commonality in this pentacle. This is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is the Page of Pentacles. This is the receiver of the ace. The ace is the opportunity. The page is the receiver, the messenger of this. There is something interesting that could happen down the line if these two could get off their high horses. I think that's what you guys concentrate on, the positive things you concentrate on each other. And this is fogged in. Go slow, take time. It's so weird. I like literally mix these up so much. It's crazy town. Not fogged in. You guys are caught in ego. If you see the Tower card though, and this is fogged in, and there's all these clouds, and it just looks all turmoil. I feel like these people just feel like they know everything. And they're just ruminating over what went wrong and where they went wrong. I feel like they are so concentrating on what went wrong for them that they're not even noticing, they're not validating or understanding the journey of the other person in this karmic relationship. And then the Strength card, but upright. I'm getting a good vibe, which is 4-4. Kind of getting a good vibe when you see the Strength card turn around. There could be a chain of events that happens that takes this Tower moment and turns it around and causes some awareness and maybe changes the outcome of this relationship. Okay, so our people energy is the B, the Wheel of Fortune. We have luck, life cycles, major karmic events. Again, karma is playing another role. This is a card that's just synchronous to what this karma is all about. The Wheel of Fortune with a B is you guys were fated in this lifetime to meet each other. You guys are essential to each other's growth. And without each other, you could not evolve. And so it is absolutely lucky you guys met each other. And I feel like you guys feel that. I feel like this person is much more the B. I feel like they deeply understand what they had and what they lost. And they actually just ruminate over all the good points about this person. And they feel like they were wrong a little bit. Again, their pride, they can't let it go. This person, the Puffin, the Fool, childlike wonder, trust, freedom. This person just feels foolish, feels annoyed, feels let down, emotionally let down. And so they're on a journey of illumination. This person's definitely going to get more out of this relationship on a karmic level than this person did. This person was the person that caused the evolution of this person. This person is starting this journey. So this person has a lot to learn about why they've attracted this karmic situation into their lives. Okay, we have inner strength. Again, another strength card. This one's in reverse, guys. Wow, you guys are going to grow a lot. You guys are going to learn what's important about your egos and control and power, and how that not to overpower relationships, how not to be too controlling in relationships, how not to how to maintain power and respectful boundaries, while giving away power sometimes to the person so that they have equal ground, some equality in the relationship. So you're not always just the leader. You guys were like, honest to God, a mirroring relationship of the same exact kind of person, where you guys are used to being in charge and running things, and you used to have everything going your way. Every challenge that comes along, you guys defeat it. But guess what? You guys met each other and you guys broke each other down a little bit. And beauty. This is a beautiful relationship. Karmic relationships to me have so much to say about where you're at. This is the universe attending to what you need to get what you want. Even if you don't know that's what you want. It's the universe stepping in and saying, okay, it's time to bring you back down to reality. It's time for you guys to grow. And it's time for you to learn what it takes to grow with somebody as far as in a partnership or together. And then it's a blessing on your intuition. You guys will never forget this relationship. Karmic relationships are eternal relationships with karma. So you carry these relationships onto the 12th house. 12th house is the last house in the zodiac. And because karma played such a big role in this relationship, you will remember this relationship always. And you will remember the lessons that you've learned. And there will be illumination from it. Once you get past ego, not gonna lie, it's always the way it is. There's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Authentic truth. So if you look at Leo, Leo is the sun. The sun is the center. It is your authentic self. And so we have a lot of Leo-based energy here, a lot of fire-based energy here. And we also have some earth signs here. And so Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, and we have Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. And if you take this down to the sun, to the center, the core of the problem, focus this on being much more authentic in a relationship, get off your high horse, understand that people can be equal to you. It's going to make you much more authentic in the next relationship. I'm just very interested in, if you guys move past this at some point, and it does allow you to grow from and actually take this and actually awaken you and make you much more aware, because you're not in that free-falling state in this particular card. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for choosing this pile and watching my channel, and I am going to be back with pile number 4. Hi guys, this is Annette, and I am glad that you guys picked up pile number 4. It's my 4th and final pile, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about the sleepless nights that either one of you may be having, regretting the mistakes you made, maybe having some regrets about what happened, what's keeping you guys up at night, either one or both of you in your particular relationship. So let's take a look at this. Sorry. So if we look at this, this is Mars in this particular deck. And for some reason in this particular deck with you guys, I am feeling like the Tower moment is happening. And what I mean by that is I feel like this may not have been a particularly, this is a Tower moment that causes awareness and awakening. It makes you take actions, changes the actions that you are taking, and redirects you. I don't feel like this was something that caused the actual dissolution. But it's shaking things up a bit, but I'm not feeling like this Tower is completely destroying all potential in this relationship. So it'll be interesting to see what I come up with this particular pile, because that's kind of cool. I'm going to put this here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not feeling like there's no hope for that relationship. In fact, I feel like because see the way the rays are, like, see how there's the lightning bolt going through it, which is shaking things up a bit and causing an illumination. The illumination, look at how it's shining on the foundation of this relationship. So something about this relationship was somewhat unstable, but there was an illumination. And so I believe that this might be something that you guys can actually work through in this particular scenario. Kind of interesting. I never looked at that card that way before, but that's the way I see it right now. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, I think, was in pile number 1 or 2. So it might behoove you guys to take a look at that. And basically, I'm also interested in the fact that I'll just keep going and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Then we have the Nine of Swords. Lots of swords in this relationship, guys. And Mars again, the moon, illumination. And then we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Oh, this is such a cool reading. I'm not gonna lie, this one's kind of got me very, very interested in what this is all about. And then we have the Devil, but in reverse. The Scorpio energy. I see Aquarius energy in here. There's Gemini, and there's Pisces that's in here. Scorpio. Very cool. I like really interesting piles because they challenge me a little bit too in my readings. Your guys has really challenged me. Super awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna, so normally the way my readings work, if you guys have never seen my readings before, is, dang, very difficult, is that this normally is your person and this is you. This is the vice versa deck. It has two sides, so I have to draw it a little bit differently than I would normally. And I also don't wait for cards to fall out because it takes too long and it hurts my cards. So I basically just divide it into two piles. I choose from the bottom. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. We have the Six of Wands upright. I think the Six of Wands was in 2. These are all very parallel to each other. And then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. All right, guys. Okay. Super excited about your reading. Let's talk a little bit about what we got going on here. And I want to pick up this because I'm going to compare them a little. I like these guys side by side. Seven of Swords. And I kind of like this one too. These two side by side. It's super interesting. See these guys together? Okay, so something went down. There was maybe some thoughts you guys didn't agree on. Maybe the way that you guys approach things is very different. There might have been like an emotional exchange where your emotions was activated and words were exchanged. And there was some regret and remorse about some of the words that were exchanged, which caused some... I look at these two swords like on the wall, and I look at the way that he is exhausted from the exchange. I don't feel like he feels like he got away with much. I feel like there's some remorse with the moon involved in this card. So I feel like this was just definitely words that were exchanged after an emotional event happened to kind of cause this Tower moment. And then it really triggered this person, and fear arose from this person, fear-based responses and reactions. And they did a lot of things that were, if you look at the way these swords are, I'm very interested in the way that they all like seem to point to a central issue. Okay, so what was initially the actions that were taken were on an emotional based level. What brought this out, this exchange, this exchange of words, these thoughts that were very triggering to this person, was just illuminated by an emotional situation. And then what ended up happening, because you'll see the cups here, that's why I keep thinking the emotion is involved in this. So what ignited the situation, the Tower moment, was this just like emotional issue. And then words were exchanged, and they were harsh words, and they were words filled with a lot of emotion and not so much logic. I mean, this was a very irrational exchange of words. And so what ended up happening is this person is very triggered. If you look at everything pointing, going down to a central line, she looks almost victimized by all of these thoughts and all of these words that were exchanged. And it's a triggering moment because something happened to this person early in life that really there was like something that deeply happened to this person that at one point made them feel very victimized by their circumstance. And this was a very triggering moment for this person. So when you've got like, there's some duality to this. Everything I see here is like a duality. Like maybe what this person originally thought everything was about, it wasn't what it was about. There was a duality to it, and there was a complexity to it that I don't think that this person entirely understood at the time. Because this Eight of Cups is in reverse. And if you look at it, these cups, there's emotional growth as they are becoming illuminated by this emotional event, the event. So Saturn. So there's some wisdom that was attained. And when you get to the Saturn is in the 12th house, you know, like for me, this looks like Saturn's in the 12th house. Saturn and Pisces, the karma, it was in a very illuminating experience. But in this way, I feel like this person was emotionally triggered by this karmic event that happened to them, something that they will have to grow and learn and emotionally mature in, emotionally get control over, and to emotionally grow from. And so they're in this very triggered mentality. And so the words that they're saying, I don't think actually reflect exactly what's going on. And so the sleepless nights that may have happened, or the regrets that they may have made, or the regrets that they feel, is that they couldn't talk about what was triggered inside of them, this fear-based mentality, this weakness that they feel, this feeling of out of control, this subconscious arena that dwells within inside of them that basically controls them on some level. They can't admit that, maybe to themselves or maybe to others. So that's why I'm thinking with this Tower moment, there's more of an illumination feeling than there is a feeling of regret and remorse. And it's over. Okay, so we have the Devil card in reverse. This is being let out of the cage. This is being released from this victim mentality. This is being illuminated from this event. This is learning about that this demon dwells within you, this fear and these unconscious behaviors control you. And this is an illumination from that. And so this is stunning to me. This is what you want to happen. If something bad happened to you in your life and you may have stuffed it and it's caused some emotional blockages within you, where you these blocks are actually obstacles at this point in your life and don't allow you to mentally mature and to embrace yourself on an intellectual level. Like, look at it from that big picture level instead of looking at it from this, like, as soon as you're triggered, you just say whatever, you do whatever to make that moment work for you. This person isn't, they're going to be illuminated. They're going to be released from this moment, and they're going to learn a lot from this relationship. So they are taking a lot of personal responsibility, I'm feeling, from this very emotional event that happened, because I think they deeply know that it has a lot to do with them. So their sleepless nights are about just some regret and some remorse, and just, you know, when you've done something wrong and you're taking personal responsibility for it. But, you know, again, you know, this person was a nurturing person. This person always ran to the aid of this other person. When this person was feeling down, this person would go charge into the situation and save the day. They had the purest of intentions, and they always wanted to do it, but became too much for this person. This Tower moment was just, you know, there's a feeling of lack of control and lack that you can do anything about what's going on with this person on an emotional level. And so, you know, there's only so much this person can do, and then this person needs to go and change their circumstance for themselves. And so there's a feeling of, for this person, there's a feeling of, I can't help this person, I can't control this outcome, I can't do anything about it. And what's going on in this person, I have no emotional control over, and there's nothing I can do to save them from these emotions that make them spiral out of control at times. And so there's just a feeling of giving up when the Knight of Cups is in reverse, and just embracing the illumination that they are out of their league. Like, they can't do what it takes to put this person back right. This Six of Wands to me is like a person who, like, there was many, they know they did a lot of things to help this person. They did a lot of things. They were always there when that person needed. Again, you see this Knight had a lot of success with this person. They felt validated by this person. They knew they helped this person. But there's a point in a relationship where everybody understands that if one person is emotionally unwell, that you just have to let them work through their dark night of the soul. This is a very dark energy for me. They have lots and lots of regret, and they really beat themselves up over the things they do that they don't seem to have a whole lot of control over. And they regret losing this person, because this person was the person that always saved the day for them. And now they got to save their own day. Again, that's what happens with illumination. This person stops being codependent, and this person starts becoming independent and changing their life for the better. And so that's what this is, a very fated union to help these two come out of these two life cycles. And so we have a Four of Pentacles, but in reverse, which means done protecting this person. I'm done defending what this person does. I am done picking up the pieces. I am done with being emotionally and mentally drained by this person. This person has their own stuff to work out, and it has nothing to do with me. And they're releasing the feeling that they need to help this person and control the situation any longer. They do stay up nights. They do think that they're making a mistake. What if this person can't get through this on their own? They have that mentality, that codependent enabling type mentality of like, this person can't get through this without me. What if they can't pull themselves out of this mental, this feels very depressed. It feels like there's a loss. They know they're leaving a person at a very tough time, and that's very hard on them because they're used to saving this person from themselves. And so we've got this Three of Pentacles, but in reverse. Again, they're done. It's so hard because this person is going to break free from this repetitive lifestyle, this repetitive life cycle where they're mentally caged in by this circumstance. They need help. They need to go to counseling. They need to work through these dark thoughts and get down to the root of what caused this initial feeling of powerlessness so that they can overcome it. And they will, because fate is on their side. And I just want you guys to know that if you're dealing with a person like this, that they're the only one. The cage is open, guys. And they can get out of this cage anytime they want to. And the devil is holding this cage, right? And he has, and there's a feeling of powerlessness, but it's kind of like that story about a bird that's been in a cage its whole life, and you leave the door open. They don't ever want to leave. They don't leave the cage, even though they could leave anytime they want to. That's where this person is at. With this Three of Pentacles, this is picking up the pieces. It's moving on. It's moving forward with your own life. It's re-identifying what's best for you, what's best for the situation. It is learning to stop people pleasing, learning to stop appeasing everybody. It's a moment where you realize that you need to work for what's important for you, and you need to pour your energy into yourself and start turning around your financial circumstances, because you have been so distracted by this person that there's some financial matters that you need to attend to, some financial growth, some potential that you have within you to find your life purpose and to redirect your life in a positive way. It's a pretty intense pile. I'm not gonna, damn. Holy heck, guys. I've been in these types of relationships, and you want to save them from themselves. And when people have the victim mentality, there's really nothing you can do to help them understand that they have the power to change their circumstance anytime they want to. This could be addiction. It could be coping methods that are really bad. It could be that just, in fact, addicted to the victim mentality of feeling like they have no power unless somebody comes in and saves the day. They're really reliant on everybody else to get them out of their circumstances. Okay. Okay, so this is just some messages that may apply to some of you. I wanted to make sure I could make the commitment to this relationship. I think that there was talk of commitment. That's why this person was always going in and saving the day. But it got to be to where they were questioning whether or not they could actually commit to this relationship. And every time they would get close to committing to the relationship, this self-sabotaging would happen with this person again. And then they were back questioning it. I'm at a loss for words. Yeah, at this point, so much has been said and done. So many things have, you guys have tried so many different things to get past this moment of clarity, trying to illuminate this person, trying to get them to understand they have the power to change their circumstances, that they're living fear-based, and that their fears are something that's subconsciously controlling them. And I think that they're becoming conscious of what this may cost them. And so they're just at a loss of words. There's no more words there's only so many things you can talk about and do and say. And then you just realize that it's just falling on deaf ears. We both make up for what the other lacks. When you're in a codependent relationship, it can feel that way. It can feel, I feel like this line is like this person. Like, I feel like this person adds so much depth, and this is such an action-oriented person. This person is like all about saving the day. They really, really are out there to change life and change people's lives for the better. And they just have this mentality. There's a big part of their life I think they don't attend to because they're so busy attending to other people. So I think what these guys what they lack, or what they make up for in each other, is the fact that this is a karmic bond. And so anytime you get in relationships that have this level, like, you know, of Saturn and a culmination, 12th house work, this and fear, anytime you get in this with this, there's a duality to it, and it's going to morph and change into something else. And so you guys can't possibly think that you make up for what the other ones lacks, because you don't know what the potential truly was for this relationship, because it's karmic. I miss the way my clothes smelled after kissing you. These guys had this sweet little bond. And this sweet little bond was a nurturing, loving relationship where there's a lot of sex in this relationship, I feel like. There's a lot of, it's kind of like when you guys are making love, you guys feel like your souls connect. And there's such an intimacy when you guys make love, or when you guys become intimate. It doesn't even have to be on a making love level. It could just be any kind of intimacy where you were constantly going in and saving the day, or this person was constantly going in and saving the day for you. There's an intimacy, there's something that's exchanged between that's just, there's no words for. Why me? This person has no confidence. So this person misses the way that you smelled after kissing you, the way they smelled after kissing you. This person is like, why would you choose me? They don't feel good about themselves. They are insecure. They are working in a victim mentality. They don't understand their worth. They don't understand what's valuable about them. They don't understand their emotional potential, what they have to give this other person, and to add this emotional depth to their life, and they don't get it. And so they just sit there and they're always in this feeling of loss and just like, why me? And then there's this competition, competitive. This person, I think every once in a while this person would say things that they didn't mean. And it's because they felt insecure, and they felt like they needed to take a stand every once in a while, because when you get into like such a competitive mindset, it just means that you're striving for power. You're striving for some control. And so you try to control what you think you can control. And love is a easy way to get control over others. But it's a false sense of security. So I feel like there's a lot of that push-pull power dynamic, a feeling of the validation this person got was they were always going in and putting this person back right. And they were always helping them emotionally overcome things and transform their circumstance. And it's on them to do that, not this person all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off. Okay. Because just so we don't run out of room. Okay, let's take a look at the planetary energy. These are what I make up. Okay. All right. Again, we got this. It's so crazy. Setting boundaries. Jupiter. So every time a relationship is codependent, the biggest thing that comes out of that is, especially if this is a person who has addictive qualities, this will be about moving forward with better boundaries. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So it's expanding the situation, making this person more and more fear-based, more and more caught up in this victim mentality, which in turn expanded this need for this person to leave because they were codependent on each other. And so this is about learning how to set proper relationship boundaries. And you guys both have remorse and regret about doing that. And that could lead to your nights of like, gosh, if I would have did this, we would still be together. If I would have set that boundary, if I would have said this, if I would have done this. And that's how you learn how to set boundaries, is that questioning period with yourself. Mercury, I want to tell you something. This person did not tell this person exactly what happened. Because they're not entirely conscious of it, and they're becoming conscious of what happened to them that they blocked out that triggers these responses in them. So they're getting some illumination. Remember, we talked about over there that this was just a relationship that was it's an awakening, it's an awareness, it's an illumination. The Tower moment is going to cause transformation in this relationship. And so this person is going to realize that these triggers stem from something deep inside of them that they need to face and they need to overcome. This person is getting illuminated to the fact that they have this codependent nature about them, where saving the day actually validates them in some unhealthy way. And so what is going to turn their situation around and teach them how to set proper boundaries and to move forward is to really start to really work in the material realm, stop being this person, this knight in shining armor, and really, really start some foundation work of their own. Four of Pentacles is going back to their roots and seeing, why do they need to feel valued for this particular reason? Like, what do they need? And why do they keep seeking out this type of dynamic? Again, we have Saturn, karma, right? Saturn is here. Where's she? Right here. So just validating this. This is a very, and I just feel deeply that it has to do with the Tower, is something is getting out of control. Yeah. Something was out of control. Saturn stepped in and says, okay, we need to get some control over this. We need to have some, we need to have some control. Sorry, my friend is like, got some takeout food. Okay. All right. I was going to tell him to come in because he's being nice, but okay, I only have a little bit more to do. So, okay. Okay. Oops, I'm going to just put these here. Alrighty. All right, we have the gibbous moon. You are very close to achieving your goal. Again, I feel like this person right here is becoming illuminated. They're getting closer to the consciousness. This is being pulled out of the subconscious realm into consciousness, into their reality, into their current mental state. They are being illuminated to this. And so they have work to do. So it's not right now. It's something that will happen. They will have to release themselves from their cage. They will have to address this addiction issue, if that's what it is. They will have to address this victim mentality. They will have to get to the root of this. It's going to take time for this person to do this. And then we have assessing. We have the first quarter moon. So they ruminate, they regret the mistakes they made. They know that they enabled this situation. They almost feel somewhat responsible for this person spiraling in such a deep hole, down such a deeper hole. They feel bad for leaving at this time. Okay, sorry about that. I had to let a friend in to the house. Okay, so we're just going to finish up the reading. All right, so inspiration. So there's a lot of inspiring energy that can happen from this relationship. You guys are going to grow, as we talked about over here, that you guys have the illumination happening from this. And so what ends up happening is that it feels like a new dawn for both of these people. It feels like both of these people are going to learn and grow from this situation. They're going to be able to transform this circumstance, and it's going to illuminate them in an entirely different way. So the inspiration that could come out of this is just knowing that you can always release yourself from these karmic relationship and these situations that cause you to have to grow and learn. And as you grow and learn, it just opens you up to so many new possibilities in life. And then we have healing. There's going to be a lot of healing from this. Both of these people need to heal and grow. There is a lot of pain that happened from this relationship, and there's a lot of things that need to be learned from this relationship. And because of that pain, that's where we're going to see the most growth, and we're going to see the most potential come out of this relationship, because these relationships inevitably help us set the boundaries that we need, help us interpret things differently, help us gather new perspectives. They illuminate us, they make us more aware of our potential. And even though this relationship was was brought together in weakness, and you guys were mirroring each other's weaknesses, it's a tremendous time of growth. And I apologize. Okay. So the people that we have in this relationship are the Dove, Divine Messages, Accord, and Motherhood. I feel like the Dove pertains more or less to this person being released from this cage of addiction, or a cage of suppressing themselves and not allowing themselves to be free to make their own choices. They rely on other people. They're gonna get some divine messages from this situation, and they're going to be that Tower card. They're going to grow and learn from it. Let's see. Right here. Then we have the Rooster, the Three of Wands, Rise and Shine, Foresight, and Slow and Steady. So again, this is making better choices. In the past, they really identified themselves through coming to somebody's aid. This is rising to, we have the Three of Wands, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is making choices solely based on yourself and building up your own sense of identity, and just helping you understand the potential that lies within you. There's a lot of energy there's a lot of positivity that's come out of here. There's a lot of strength that's going to be attained from this relationship as it dissolves and you guys move in different directions. Even if it's in a regretful way, enough pain will be associated with this relationship to make the changes that were necessary for both of these people to make all along. And to just get some control and to get some self-confidence from the situation and to feel free enough to make these choices. Then we have home. Again, this is just getting to the root cause of everything, getting down to what caused this trauma bonding between these people, this unhealthy relationship between these two. Getting down into the fourth house work. And fourth house work is about going back to this familial situation that this looks to me like something happened when she was much younger, or this person was much younger, that caused this embedded fear in their subconscious, and they have built up walls that are very intense around that. And then we just have valiant courage, take action with passion. Again, this is stop rushing to the aid of everybody, stop being the knight that saves the day, stop being that codependent that goes in and tries to change somebody else's circumstances. There is a polarity in this, meaning that it's hard for these two people to really be able to understand that they can't always go in and save the day. Gosh, dang it. Oh, okay. All right. And we have honesty. Sorry, I'm having trouble today. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about being honest with your situation. It's about taking personal responsibility, owning what's yours, letting go of what's not yours, and giving it to the other person. And then a blessing of fire. Again, this is something that will happen after these two have been fully illuminated from the situation. This is taking actions that are positive in each other's lives and moving forward with things that will always better their circumstances. And so because it's in reverse, that means that you guys just aren't ready to be blessed by fire. And fire is just that ability to be confident in the actions that you take. And then we have the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Feels a little directionless right now. It feels like you guys are both at fault. Feels like there's a little bit of self-confidence issues. Both of you have the power and the control to change this, to set proper boundaries moving forward, to align your thinking with empowering thoughts, but that will take some time. And so once you realign with that, you're going to attract love that is not a depleting love. It's not a codependent love. It's not an addictive type love. It's not a love that takes away your power, but empowers you as you guys move forward. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in. Pile number 4. I know that's a tough read, but there's a lot of growth and a lot of beauty that comes out of being in one of these relationships. Nothing teaches you like the pain of love. And I know that causes a lot of sleepless nights, and that I realize that you guys made mistakes that you regret, and each one of you probably miss each other a great deal. And there's this sense of addiction, like love is your drug for each other. And so releasing that takes a lot of self-discipline and a lot of work. But you guys inevitably will overcome this, and you will turn this around, and it will be a beautiful thing as you guys move forward. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in, and I look forward to talking to you guys again real soon.